Hi, I'm Lou Gelati, LG Motorsports. I'm the loose nut behind the wheel. I'm the guy that drives the LG Motorsports race car. Been racing Corvettes since 1988 and been racing cars in general for 40 years. The older I get, the faster I was. But what we got is a new product for you, and this is our Corvette Drop Spindles. And I'm going to explain it in some detail. Okay, these are our drop spindles. This is a stock spindle. This is our drag spindle. I'll get to the drag spindle later. The drop spindle, what does the drop spindle do? What it does is that where the wheel bolts on, where the wheel bearing goes in, it moves this spindle up into this housing. What that does is it allows you to keep your geometry where it was and allows the car to drop, the wheel to stay where it is. And if you'll compare it to a stock one, it drops the car just about an inch. There's the difference in the two, and it's just about 1 inch. And what it does is it lowers the car an inch without changing your geometry. General Motors was a bunch of pretty smart engineers, and they knew what they were doing. So what we tried to do was to lower the car to keep the geometry closer to where it was. We gave it about a half a degree, quarter of a degree more camber in the process, and then we used real high quality spherical bearings here. We have a tapered pin that goes in here, and then it takes the place of this ball joint. So you have instead of a ball joint like that, a single shear ball joint, you have a spherical bearing like this. It also allows for the bump steer, but a couple things I want to mention. You'll see this race car right behind me. That race car uses these drop spindles. These spindles were made legal for the Grand Am Rolex series, and we use these spindles on that car. We use them on anything that we decide to go fast with because it keeps the geometry closer to where it is. What we do also, originally these were a very expensive part. We had to buy a piece of aluminum, a big circle of aluminum, and it had to be that thick, and it was very expensive. A lot of waste and a lot of machine time to whittle it down to this. So what we ended up doing, and we always pay for tooling costs because it comes back to us in the end, but what we ended up doing was building an extrusion, like a cookie machine that just squeezes out the aluminum. This is a 6061 T6 extrusion, which is like a forging, and it's strong. It's stronger than as strong as a billet. The way they get a billet round is to extrude it, but they extrude it round. This is extruded in our shape, and so there's a lot less waste, and cut the cost almost in half from our original pricing when we first came out with these. So we use these extruded units right on our race car. That's what's on that race car right now. So we got the compared to the stock unit and the drop spindle, you can see it actually drops it'll drop the wheel bearing, moves the wheel bearing up, the car drops, doesn't change the geometry. You combine that with about 1 inch in your spring, either in a coil over or in the factory leaf spring, and you've lowered the car and you haven't compromised the geometry. Drag racers, what we've got here, drag racers could never get this upright to fit in a 15-inch drag wheel. The 15-inch drag wheel has the best drag slick. So we made an upright that'll fit inside of the 15-inch drag wheel. And we made it out of the same extrusion. And so you can see this doesn't really drop it. It just changes the height from top to bottom, gives you more room so you can fit this whole unit inside of a drag slick, a 15-inch drag wheel. So now you can use this unit, put it in a drag wheel, put the best slick on there, and take it to the drag strip. And if you're running slicks, you're probably running 16s, and this will allow you to run 15s, the big slicks. So all made from extrusion, all race tested. We race, you win. Thanks very much.